first thing that happened tonight that wasn't in my best interest is that I wore my glasses on accident instead of putting in my contacts, because I woke up and did a bunch of stuff today, and then I was like, oh, be in a hurry, oh no, hurry up, put on my stuff and then go to the work, and then I get to the work and I'm like, ooh, good thing I got my hard hat and my safety glasses. Safety glasses. I'm already wearing glasses. You can't wear safety glasses over normal glasses unless you have really weird normal glasses. So, that was the first thing to go wrong, but it was okay because my foreman, the newer foreman, wears glasses, like just wears his glasses, which is sort of a safety hazard. And when I say sort of, I mean it is. But, yeah. So I just wore my glasses today. Oh, second thing that happened. Have you ever seen the movie Ace Ventura: Pet Detective? No, actually, this is in the sequel. I don't know. One of those Ace Ventura movies has this part where they start spitting on each other. Ace Ventura and, like, this tribe chief. And they're just like, I like you. And just spit on each other. And he's like, let me show you how much I like you. And then, if you've seen it, it's super disgusting. I almost threw up the first time I watched it, which meant I had to watch it again, of course. But, they're just spit everywhere. Just phlegm. Just very gross. And that is how you feel when you're out in the cold, and you're wearing gloves, and it's really cold, and your nose is running, and you're trying to somehow get your nose not running. So the typical thing to do is to snot rocket it, which is gross, yes, but it kind of has to be done so you don't have, like, snot sealing your mouth together or getting into your luscious beard. So you just blow out of this side and then blow out of that side, and it usually does pretty well. But sometimes you get those times where it's and it gets pretty messy. So I use the back of my glove and I wipe it off because, you know, I don't carry, like, tissues, and if I did, they would freeze. So I'm, like, up sweeping or something, and this moderately attractive woman is coming by, spotting, like, a crane pick, and I had just blown the contents of my nose all over the place, and I was in the middle of trying to, like, fix it up, and she walks right by and she's like, let's get it, and I'm like, and my nose is still running. Third thing that was happening, oh yeah, we have to fold up this burlap stuff. So think of like a really think of sack races, those grainy, rough, coarse, brown sacks that you would hop around in. We put that on top of the concrete that we are making in order to help it cure. And so we lay it all out and then put blankets on top of it, and then we pick it up again later. And since it's really cold and it's also really wet, that stops being a fabric and starts being like a hard surface. So you would pick it up and it would just be this solid block of just stuff, and which is weird because you're used to it being like really floppy and hard to hold on to, and you're like, oh. But this one's just like, oh. And you'd have to grab it and like throw it on the ground, stomp on it, and to bend it out so it would be flat so we could stack it correctly. And there were icicles that were just forming on it. Leads to a question I want to ask you. Do you think it would be possible to kill somebody with an icicle? I personally think that it would be. I kind of want to try making like a form out of plastic or something and putting water in it, sticking it in a freezer, and then pulling it out and having a knife made out of ice and then stabbing the meat or something and see if it works. But either way, I think that'd be great. So, yeah, that's all I got. It was a pretty fun night because it wasn't rainy and miserable and my feet stayed warm, so that's probably a thing. Anyways, I'm going to go take a shower and go to sleep. guys.